So if you've never camped in freezing weather or RV lived in freezing weather, which most people avoid it, but if you've got to do it like we do for our contract, you got to have a heated water hose so your water keeps flowing on those cold mornings where it's down in the teens. There are several different commercial hoses that are available, but they are super expensive, and I think you can build one. It's probably better quality and a lot less expensive. So that's what we're going to do today. Actually, we're going to build our second because the heating element we used last year, which I was never really fond of in the first place, went out and the hose froze. My hose froze. So we're going to remedy that today and get a new one together. I'm going to show you what you need and how we're going to do it. All right, so here's the stuff we've got together to do this. So what you want to get is a RV water safe drinking hose. Try to find one that doesn't have a memory that like is kink resistant. I don't think this will work too well with a collapsible hose either. One of the shrinkable hoses. Usually just a good white RV drinking hose that has no memory and it's crush resistant. It is going to be what you need. This is a 25-foot hose. I'm going to have to shorten it because the other hose we had was 20 feet. And the protective covering that I have is only 20 feet long. And that is this material right here. It's a super thick canvas material. It's like a fire hose covering. I don't know how well you can see that. Very abrasion resistant. Protects the heat tape in there from getting all scuffed up when you're moving it around, stepping on it, anything like that. So it works pretty well. Gonna link to that in the description below. You can get this in several different links. So when you buy yours, you can buy it in 25 feet. Hopefully, and you don't have to shorten your hose, but I'm gonna have to shorten the hose, so I've got a coupler to do that, and we're gonna use a different type of heat tape, which is a standard more common type of heat tape that has a little external thermostat on it right here. This usually kind of goes on the pipe. This is just going to be free hanging in the air to get cold, and when this gets cold it turns on the heat tape. What we had used in the other one was a self-regulating heat tape. I didn't feel like it ever worked correctly. This jacket is supposed to sense the temperature of the air, and if this portion is colder than this portion, then this portion will heat up and this portion won't. It didn't work very well the other night because the entire thing froze solid. So not gonna chance that anymore. We're gonna go ahead and swap it out and just make a new hose. I was gonna use the old hose that we had, but I think I nicked it with a razor blade when I was taking the covering off, so I went and bought a new hose. All right, so I've got the hose and the covering got the same length now. Now, you gotta get it in there. Huh. But make no mistake, getting the covering on the hose and the heat tape is no easy task, especially by yourself. So give yourself some time to do it. It's a little frustrating. The easiest way to deal with this is just to take, like right here's the end of the hose. I tape the heat tape to the hose real good right here. Just push the covering down just a little bit and then move it on. It's time consuming, but I think it's worth it. 45 minutes later, it's through the jacket. So it's a little time consuming, maybe a little frustrating, but it really doesn't take that long to get it through there. And I really like the way it feels and the way it protects that heat tape. All right, so we're gonna put this repair coupling on the hose where we cut it. I don't think it's gonna leak. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, so it got down to about 23 degrees last night, so it was pretty cold. But we didn't have any problems with the water flowing, nothing froze up. Basically, here's the hose in its covering. And that runs just all the way over where we've got it down in the box there, so nothing big there. But again, it's just a fire hose covering, and the heat tape is just ran inside of the covering with the hose. So the hose just runs up into the bottom of the compartment, hooks up into the water. The heat tape kind of loops around, and that heat tape is warm because it comes back outside. And remember, this little thermostat here, and that just kind of sits open to the air, so when it gets cold it actually turns this heat tape on. That tape's warm. It doesn't get scalding hot, but it gets warm enough to keep it from freezing. I like it's got a little, I don't know if you can see it or not, a little light in the plug, lets you know you got power. So yeah, this is going to be another cold one, down to like 22 tonight. So we'll see how it does and get back with you on that. But I think that it's a much better setup than one of the pre-made hoses that you can buy at the RV stores, and it's going to be a lot less expensive. I will leave the description and the links for the stuff that we bought, well, the things that I used, down below, and you can give it a try. It's, like I said, it's worked out well for us. But anyway, Merry Christmas from Home on the Hitch. If you're not watching this around Christmas time, that won't make any sense. But we love you guys, and we'll see you next time.